You think you've seen everything? Think again. In this video, we're diving into jaw-dropping moments that were caught on camera when people least expected it. From hilarious mishaps to unbelievable acts, these are the moments no one knew were being recorded. They didn't have to go to Spain to experience the running of the bulls. It really wasn't his day. His brand new phone slipped away, lost forever. Walking on a moving treadmill at the gym, not exactly the best idea. She took one step, and the treadmill took her for a ride. Down she went, like a sack of potatoes. The only explanation for this is that the whole family must be into magic. There's no other way they pulled this off. If it weren't caught on camera, no one would believe it happened. A man is driving a truck right through a flood, and the entire truck is completely submerged in water. He must have had a serious grudge against this parking exit gate. Watch to see who wins in the end. The ramp or the man. When you have a wild night and an unforgettable time, mornings are definitely something you'd rather skip, especially when you wake up in a place you don't recognize. She did not know that camera was watching her. She stepped out for a nice evening stroll with her dog, enjoying the calm of the city as the sun began to set. Suddenly, out of nowhere, a bear appeared right behind them, turning their peaceful walk into an unexpected adventure. Every job has its unique charm, and it's clear that these individuals are genuinely enjoying what they do. With their impressive skills and coordination, they probably have a background as professional football players. She set up a camera to monitor her cat while she was away, and she was shocked to see how her furry friend was eating. I think bears are some of the smartest animals when it comes to finding food. Their incredible sense of smell and ability to adapt to different environments make them expert foragers. He didn't secure the cargo on the truck, and it tipped over, but thankfully no one was hurt. While women often juggle multiple tasks seamlessly, men might find themselves focusing intensely on one thing at a time. My wife thinks buying a smart vacuum cleaner is a good investment. What do you think after seeing this? There was a big sign that read, "No climbing on the crane," yet she climbed it anyway and ended up reaching for the stars. Sometimes, taking risks can lead to unexpected adventures, but this one definitely raised the stakes. It was a hilarious scene as the pup looked around in confusion, surrounded by a soft, white mess. Who knew a lazy bag could turn into such a winter wonderland? The truck driver got frustrated when he couldn't pass due to a parked car on the sidewalk. In a moment of impatience, he maneuvered carefully but accidentally dragged the rear end of his truck right into the car. The sight of that car getting pulled along was both shocking and comical. They deserve a medal for the fastest loading in history, even if they managed to destroy everything in the process. If your parked scooter mysteriously disappears, you might want to check with the driver of this car. For many, driving in reverse can be a challenge, which is why parking sensors make these situations much easier and help prevent accidents. It's a stunning sight that defies logic and showcases the incredible agility and energy of our four-legged friends. Even though this job is physically demanding, it's incredibly relaxing mentally. Many of us have done something similar when we were kids. He walked into a store selling perfumes and not only tested a fragrance, but ended up emptying an entire bottle without realizing he was being filmed. If you're still here with us, I just want to take a moment to say a heartfelt thank you for your incredible support. It means the world to us. If you haven't yet, please consider leaving a like and subscribing. We'd also love to hear from you, so share your favorite part of the video in the comments below. Your engagement keeps us going. Luckily, no one was home at that moment. It would have scared the living daylights out of them. He had to send this clip to his girlfriend to explain why he hadn't answered his phone. A large number of shrimp have been spotted swimming in the water, creating a mesmerizing spectacle. These small crustaceans, known for their vibrant colors and agile movements, play a crucial role in the aquatic ecosystem. These beautiful organisms anchor themselves to rocks or coral reefs and use their stinging tentacles to capture prey, such as small fish and plankton. In a heartwarming display of heroism, a brave dog intervened just in time to save a little pup from being run over by a woman reversing her vehicle. With quick reflexes and an instinct to protect. They knew they were being recorded by the surveillance camera in the store, but that didn't stop them from having a blast. With infectious energy, they started dancing, turning the mundane shopping trip into a joyful spectacle. Whales leaping out of the water is a breathtaking sight that captures the imagination. It's as if they enjoy putting on a show for anyone lucky enough to witness their acrobatics. Every time I hit the gym with my friends, we end up turning our training sessions into a hilarious adventure. Instead of just focusing on workouts, we find ourselves doing silly antics that have nothing to do with fitness. This is exactly why I love working out with a group. It is all about the laughter and the memories we create together. In the gym is always a lively vibe in the air. Positive energy fills the space, and everyone is ready for some fun. It's the perfect mix of hard work and laughter that makes every workout session memorable. Let us know in the comments if you already miss summer and all the fun times at the beach. We'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment below and let us know which country you're tuning in from. It's always exciting to see where our amazing audience is watching us. Ignoring warnings about going outside during a storm can be risky, but this guy had a stroke of luck. He ventured out anyway and narrowly escaped disaster by mere seconds. She forgot to engage the handbrake, and the car started rolling backward. Luckily, it moved as if driven by a professional driver, gliding smoothly without causing any damage. In his rush to finish the job, he made a critical mistake and ended up falling into a manhole. It was a sudden wake-up call that sometimes haste leads to unexpected pitfalls. They didn't know a camera was watching them. Grandpa had quite an eventful moment at the airport. While trying to fix the water faucet, he accidentally triggered the fire extinguisher system. The cat managed to pull off an incredible heist. It snatched something from the neighbor's place and proudly brought it back home to its owner. He could hardly believe his eyes. Who knew his feline friend was such a little thief? A stroke of luck in misfortune that at least there are 3 of them, so the damage will be split 3 ways. Concerts in Las Vegas are truly out of this world. The atmosphere is electric, with a packed hall and an audience buzzing with excitement. He thought he had enough time to repark his truck and avoid the massive landslide coming down the mountain. However, just as he made his move, the entire avalanche came to a sudden halt right in front of his truck. He stopped to help them, thinking he was being a good Samaritan, but maybe he should have kept driving. In the end, he completely wrecked their scooter while trying to lend a hand. It's a thrilling chase that showcases determination and the lengths law enforcement will go to catch the bad guys. You can't help but be glued to the action as they dash through the streets. You can't help but chuckle at how her nervousness turns a simple moment into a comical mishap. Adjusting when someone moves from the countryside to the city can be a challenging process. It requires a lot of understanding and patience as they navigate a completely different lifestyle and environment. He waited a long time for this moment to get his revenge on his friend, who had always been the one pulling pranks on him. With a sly grin, he plotted his payback. Many people blame their pets for destroying their homework and projects, but this time it's true. An incredible scene unfolded on the street as a man narrowly escaped a major disaster that could have easily happened. A drone captured a bizarre training session on top of a building that left everyone intrigued. Even though he was an experienced mechanic, this car was a case that exceeded even his expertise. Just as he shifted his position, the ceiling fan came crashing down. It was a close call that turned an ordinary moment into an adrenaline-filled memory. Due to a strong wind, a crane fell right in the middle of the street. Luckily, it narrowly missed all the cars that were passing by at that moment. He didn't even know he had this hidden talent until he stepped onto the ice. It was a moment of pure joy and discovery. Clearly, he was in a rush and couldn't wait for the garage door to open. The doorbell camera captured a bizarre situation. After this incident, she became more cautious and started paying closer attention to her baby. It's a reminder that parenting comes with its own set of challenges and responsibilities. A shorter route isn't always the fastest. She found the perfect way to make vacuum-sealed bags to keep the fruit fresh. Who would have thought that frogs could be so friendly? Or maybe they just like this guy's cologne. He found cheaper contractors to renovate his house, but in the end, it ended up costing him more. Whoever cleaned this glass did a perfect job. She didn't know she had such a strong grip. Maybe she could compete in arm wrestling. A frustrated man walks through the parking lot, causing damage to cars without realizing that a camera is recording him. He didn't know he'd soon have to pay for the damages he caused. He borrowed his brother's motorcycle to impress his girlfriend, but he didn't get far since he didn't know how to ride. He just bought a new lawnmower and decided to put it to the test. Take a look at how it ended in a spectacular failure. A lightning bolt struck the road, sending everyone into a panic. Check out how they quickly scrambled to escape the shocking scene. He thought his dog had destroyed his bed, but it turns out the bed was on a mission of its own. Who knew furniture could be so rebellious? Even though we're all grown up, I think we'd all love to have a spot like this in our homes. The lady wanted to shoo the cat away from her house, but the cat had other plans. With a sassy attitude, it stood its ground and gave her a fierce look, as if to say, "Not today." It's a classic showdown between a determined feline and a not-so-impressed homeowner. An unexplainable video. What do you think about this? The basic rule when taking your driving test and learning to drive is to turn off the vehicle and engage the handbrake when you exit the car. They forgot to do that. Something bizarre was captured by the surveillance cameras in the hotel hallway. To this day, no one is quite sure what actually happened. Could this be some paranormal activity, or perhaps just a well-executed prank? When buying sneakers, everyone has their own way of testing them out, but this guy has a unique approach to it. The guy working at the checkout can't believe what he's witnessing. In the past few months, something has been wrong with weather, leading to incidents like this. He was speeding on the highway and decided to overtake some cars, but he forgot he was transporting a refrigerator in his pickup. When he slammed on the brakes, the fridge smashed through the back window. I'll never understand how people allow this to happen to themselves. While he had his back turned, pouring gas into a canister, his car just started moving and rolled away on its own. The horse managed to escape in this WY. Animals are becoming increasingly smarter. One of the reasons why people prefer dogs over cats. They say when life takes something from you, it must give something in return. He thought he was diving into a solid bottom, but instead he made a big splash in a pool full of balloons. It was like a scene from a cartoon. He simply enjoys life. He tried to get away with it in front of his boss, claiming it just broke on its own, but he forgot about the cameras in the office. These thieves should consider changing professions because things aren't going well for them. They've ended up with nothing but a penalty. Last night, he watched Fast and Furious and thought he could try out some of those moves at work. Natural phenomena always happen around us. We just need to pay attention and witness the various beauties. The insurance company requested footage from the CCTV cameras, but everything remains a mystery beyond that recording. He wanted to help the waitress by jumping in to clean up, but instead he ended up making a bigger mess. Being the president of a country has its advantages. A small dog chased away a much larger dog from their house. The greatest force is nature. These workers were supposed to operate heavy machinery, but a tornado stopped them. When the authorities were notified, they didn't believe it and had to go see for themselves. In a world where every second counts, the pit crew transforms into a blur of motion, changing tires faster than you can say Formula 1. Watch the street dancer as he pulls off moves that make his body groove like a well-oiled machine, while his head seems to have a mind of its own. Talk about multitasking. In a stunning display of culture and creativity, this Japanese tribe takes traditional dance to new heights literally by turning a tall tree into a spinning carousel of rhythm. As he fits the pieces together, that random bottle in the background steals the show. Who knew assembly could be so quirky? The crew is riding a giant inflatable donut tied to a jet ski, spinning around like they're on a roller coaster. Hold on tight, it's a wild ride. Is this majestic creature a battle-hardened veteran of the deep, or has it simply lived long enough to wear its history on its skin? Who knew a little line in the sand could keep a hen so still? She's either a master of relaxation or just really loves her spot. This talented grandpa has the audience mesmerized. It's a must to know the name of this game. Let's hear it in the comments. From cracked to captivating, this artist's talent shines through as he restores the step with noodles and paint, making it look as good as new. If you're looking for thrills on the water, this activity is often referred to as aqua karting or water go-karting. With the rhythmic hum of the machine, he feels like he's dancing with the floor as he peels away the old layers. Who knew renovations could be this fun? As the wind plays tricks, the contrast between the orderly yard and the disheveled one could not be more apparent. With wings spread wide and feathers ruffled, the birds seem to be having a meeting of their own, completely oblivious to the honking cars and frustrated drivers waiting patiently behind them. The monkey keeps pace effortlessly, playfully mimicking his strides, and it's as if it knows it's got the upper hand, leaving the runner both amused and slightly embarrassed. In a scene that could only be imagined in a cartoon, a fire truck decides to take a water break, literally soaking pedestrians and turning the intersection into an impromptu water park. Who needs a fancy cafe when you can have a mood-tastic breakfast in your kitchen? This guy's daily routine of feeding cows through the window has taken eating local to a whole new level. With every gentle pat, the little turtles respond by bobbing their heads in a synchronized dance, creating a charming scene that feels like nature's very own performance art. The group is settling in for a peaceful evening when they spot a strange flicker from their lamp. Curious, they gather around, only to discover that the light has attracted a swarm of insects and a battalion of eager spiders. What should have been a tranquil camping trip turns into a chaotic, creepy, crawly affair as they try to evict their new 8-legged roommates. As the golden van glides by, its vibrant lights flash like a moving disco, grabbing the attention of everyone around. People can't help but smile at this dazzling sight. Filming in daylight, the guy captures 2 rockets landing in reverse, making passers-by wonder if they've stumbled upon a live space event or just a fantastic video trick. The line between reality and illusion blurs as excitement fills the air. With a flick of its tiny paws, the mole disappears into the earth, leaving the man chuckling at how quickly it found its way back home. With rain pouring on one side and clear skies on the other, it feels like a scene straight out of a comedy movie, leaving everyone puzzled and laughing at the odd weather phenomenon. Out of nowhere, a guy walking down the street finds himself engulfed in a huge bubble cloud, making him question if he's crashed a wild foam party or if the roof just gave way. One thing's for sure, this day just got a lot more interesting. The city is in chaos as monkeys swarm every corner, leaving locals to wonder if someone left the zoo gates wide open. Is this a playful escape or the start of a hilarious new trend? One thing's for sure, it's a monkey business like no other. As the waves gently rock the boat, the trio creates a memorable moment, proving that a little creativity can turn a simple day on the water into an unforgettable adventure. He figured a tractor and two enormous logs would be his ticket out of trouble, but instead he just became the star of a new reality show called Stuck Again. He's not just a bee remover, he's a full-fledged bee-fighting superhero. With his trusty vacuum in one hand and a protective net in the other, he takes on nature's most buzzing adversaries like a gladiator in a pollen-filled arena. It's a sight to behold every time he captures a hive. It's like he's scoring a victory in the grand battle between man and bee. Tying a cup to helium balloons while playing golf in the living room seemed like a genius idea. What could be more entertaining than attempting a putt while defying gravity? The result was a chaotic mix of laughter and floating cups, proving that the best games come with a side of mayhem. Convinced it was genius, he decided to sit on a massive drone and take it for a test flight in the warehouse, channeling his inner cowboy. The thrill lasted until he almost took out the overhead lights, turning his adventure into a shocking near miss. Standing in the woods, she thought she was capturing a peaceful moment in nature. Little did she know, a dramatic scene was about to unfold that would make Hollywood jealous when a family of deer suddenly appeared. After slicing his van in half, he thought he was being creative. Little did he know, he'd become the city's most unconventional driver, attracting crowds and selfies. Deciding to close the portals in his house felt like a reasonable choice at first, but as he examined each one, he found himself captivated by their stunning beauty. Every portal resembled a unique window to a breathtaking world, filled with vibrant colors and enchanting landscapes, making it impossible for him to let go of such extraordinary views. After several minutes of coordinated effort and encouragement, the team finally succeeded in freeing the turtle from the sand, watching in delight as it gracefully swam away into the deep blue water, a reminder of their teamwork and determination. Taking a break from ordinary flying, he thought it would be a fantastic idea to hover his helicopter just above the beach, playfully tossing sun umbrellas and towels into the air, leaving beachgoers dodging the unexpected rain of beach gear while laughing and shouting. Zooming down the street in his little truck, he decided to transport a massive elephant, leaving passersby in disbelief and laughter. Perched majestically on his BMX, the pit bull looked like he was ready to conquer the world, sporting a pair of stylish goggles that only added to his tough guy persona, while curious children gathered around, their eyes wide with amazement, too intimidated to approach him directly and too in awe to think about stealing him. Hundreds of people on a massive boat were furiously paddling together in perfect synchronization, creating a spectacular scene that resembled a scene from an epic movie. If anyone knows what competition this is, please drop a comment below the video after hitting that subscribe button. Laughter erupted as the locals splashed around, watching in delight as the massive fish darted frantically through the shallows, attempting to dodge their playful hugs, creating a chaotic yet joyful scene in the water. With his camera in hand, he excitedly recorded the enchanting sight of white owls gliding gracefully through the evening sky, imagining himself as a wizard capturing magical moments in a fantastical world. Observing the spectacular clash of two rivers, where the water surged and crashed together to create bizarre cube-shaped waves that twisted and turned in the currents, left onlookers in awe as they marveled at the extraordinary dance of nature and wondered if they had stumbled upon a hidden gem of the wild. A team of 13 CrossFit enthusiasts lined up at the diving board, ready to showcase their incredible stunts. The tension was thick as the crowd cheered, turning an ordinary pool day into an electrifying competition. As he dragged the sled, the crunching snow was a cheerful soundtrack to his efforts. Passersby couldn't help but smile, grateful for the safe path he was making for everyone. A train chugged through the snowy landscape, its vibrant colors standing out against the white blanket, creating a scene straight from a winter fairy tale. A seahorse twirled gracefully in the aquarium, its vibrant colors shimmering as it prepared to give birth to a new generation of tiny seahorses, creating a captivating scene for all who watched. Hundreds of tiny ants marched through the muddy ground, carrying flower petals to build their beautiful home, transforming the landscape into a vibrant display of teamwork.